ridiculous. We are going to have 3 scouts, however, for fnatic. We saw them do great work with those weapons on Nuke yesterday. We'll see if they can continue this as we'll head into this second round. In terms of the T setup, they've got a couple of AK-47s, a scout for Zaiwu, and Alex and Apex on the SMGs here. A default approach, it's what you like to see, nothing too fast. Don't want to be running into any set stacks here, and we'll have a pretty standard setup from fnatic as well. 2 players towards long, the scout on A, looking to find some tags here.
Molotov will arrive. Gives Apex a chance to line up his smoke. JW's looking to contest, stop the setup, slow them down just a little bit. A warning shot, doesn't connect. There's more where that came from, somewhat of a double pump here.
It's going to be very difficult to hold off this approach towards the A side with just the scouts in hand, but if a player could, it's going to be JW. He does tag one. Flusher might be able to find the second here. There it is, but trades coming through thick and fast. It's man advantage for Vitality here. And RPK to hold towards the top and middle. Joxy was in this position before with the pistols, and RPK will find one of the last few frags there. It's going to be a 3 versus 2. Apex down to 27. Golden patrolling a long position. That'll be a hell of a shot with the Deagle. He does land 1 bullet. That's probably all he can find here. Brolan trying to get out as Joxy hunts him down towards a short position. Towards Xbox he goes. He had to really connect that shot to stand a chance there. Joxy should be able to take his life in the end, and then we'll have Golden towards T-spawn here. Force Buy not working out for fnatic really at all. They do decent damage there, but unless they're bringing it down to a 1 versus 1, not really much they can do with it in the next round. Golden will hold on to the Deagle and armor here as he heads towards B tunnels. Vitality, nothing too flashy there, making their way towards A, challenging the scouts, taking a lot of damage, but overall very successful. 3 players will survive. Always great news, and they will be up against pretty much a full eco going into the next round, Alex.
Yeah, Apex has grabbed himself an AK as well. They brought 2 in, and we'll be able to keep hold of that. For a moment, I thought Golden might have considered going for a retrieval mission, but as Brolan dies to Shox, it was just a little too hard. And so, 2-0, we start things off with what should be a 3rd and simple round for the French.
That's what they're looking for, at least. Apex with the flashbang out towards long, avoids a grenade. No one taking any damage there. That's nice stuff. Not really much invested here at all. 4 players on the standard CT loadout of the silenced USP. 1 flashbang for Golden, and they've got a little bit of a stack towards short. That's going to be Crims and Golden waiting for action, but it's long once again, and it makes sense. It's the area with the most range. They've got the rifles in hand. Like clear out these positions, make sure there's no CTs lying in wait.
A cool adaptation we've seen teams do recently is this. They're actually doing it. Vanguard showing us in Berlin that boost. They basically jump on the top of a teammate's head to get the info on a car player crouching. Yeah, that information, save your utility, and well, now that utility will be deployed. Just 1 smoke for now on the cross.
So this is all down to the flashbang. That's gone through, it hasn't been super effective here. So they're trying to bait that out, Vitality. It's actually very smart. Throw that 1 smoke initially, see what the reaction is, and then make your way forward when you've got the rifles at range ready with the flashbangs. Great stuff so far. This is looking lovely from Vitality. They're very prepared. And T-side on Dust 2 has always been good. It's considered one of their absolute best maps.
Yeah. Lovely consideration. Knowing that the Arsenal wouldn't be there, it would be an attempt at a hero flashbang and try and catch them off guard, but they were so very much on guard and ready for that one. This round confirmed with the bomb down, but still a little bit of a challenge, and a good dink actually. Alex and Apex are worse for wear, but still 5 men standing for Vitality in this. Just Flusher and Crims left with absolutely nothing in this round, and not even HP to show for Flusher, just Crims then last man to try and keep them on the site, hoping for a quick dink. It won't happen, and Vitality will concede, or convert rather.
Okay then, well, a quiet arena so far, looking for the fnatic frags to come through. JW though, he will get out the AWP here. He has looked remarkable this tournament, that movement, that aggression. It's what he's known for, and he's been presenting it time and time again here in Malmö. We'll see if he can step up once more. Going to be making his way towards the middle area, looking towards T-spawn. If he can spot anything there at the very start. It's Alex with the flashbang out early, but he's going to get caught up, surely. He's only got the UMP as well, making his way towards the crossover, and it's going to be him going down early as Crims will find him. Quite a simple frag in the end for them as they rotate back towards B. There's a little bit of a ruse here, as now Brolan will be tested.
JW there with support. He doesn't have Kevlar, though. He's going to be cautious about the angles he takes. Zaiwu, though, he waits on the box. Great work from JW, looking to keep things in favor. And Flusher willing to take that fight, could finish it right there, but Apex, he still stands. Last man so early into this B take, so early into this 4th round. It's all onto Apex, yet to die is first. In order to keep that untarnished record, he would have to win this 1 versus 3. Fakes tries to draw the CTs, but they are having absolutely none of it. A slow crawl instead towards tunnels for 2. With this much time to play with Apex, he can keep trying to draw the fights, bring them to him. And Golden presents himself. That's a start for the Frenchman. 2 in this round already. Bomb now can go down. It's a fight he has to win. Crims finds the first for fnatic in map number 1 of this grand final.
Good attempt there by Apex. Baiting out at least one of the players in the 3 versus 1. Gets the plant, keeps the money healthy, that's for sure. And it's JW stepping up with his glass cannon AWP there. Managed to get 2 strong frags towards the B bomb site. Didn't love the approach from Vitality there. The UMP was never going to do a massive amount of damage by itself towards long, but he was trying to force rotations outside of the map, try and bring someone out of B. Wasn't the cleanest arrival towards the bomb site there. Forced through, the AWP ready and waiting, takes them down, and fnatic are on the board. It's 3-1 as we enter round number 5 here. JW still without armor here. He had to drop a rifle, I believe, so another risk taken. As he'll be Shoxy with the long spawn, trying to open things up there. Takes a little bit of damage from the Molotov, significant in the end. Down to 60, he'll swap the all back to ZywOo. It's a spawn-based map, and you'll see a lot of those picks towards the long position. For now, though, only Vitality taking damage as ZywOo will slow things right down, dropping down from T-spawn and Apex. He'll investigate the lower B position. 2 players towards the B bomb site. JW currently positioned right on towards short.
He did this a whole lot in the last time we saw fnatic on Dust 2. Even when his Molotovs and flash it's thrown his way, he tends to stand his ground and at least apply the pressure. If Apex does this without, I was going to say utility instead, a Molotov will come his way. JW will be forced off.
Yeah, needs to be careful there about the armor. He'll get back towards the A site here, and Vitality as well, a magnificent A execution. It's designed to overwhelm the AWPers and make them very uncomfortable, deny multi-frag potential. They've still got their smokes, their flashes, the Molotovs to the bomb site and the ramp, and they've got pretty much their whole team towards a short position. So this will be this aforementioned execution here, trying to bait out the initial utility.
Good molly. That will slow them down. ZywOo's got his lineup on the stairs. Right now, he couldn't take it. Now, he starts his lineup. And here comes the execute. JW, no armor. He has to really be the hero. He'll have a flash from Golden. Hope he gets the timing right. Now smokes arrive. Nice one from Vitality. He does find an adaptation, but that's what ZywOo was training his aim on. Into the site they go. Flusher has not got the weapon for this job, but he's trying to make it work. Good dink. Forced to back away towards CT. Golden from long has to find more than one. He already does damage to Alex. Shox is down to 9 as well, but ZywOo on the site using his ult to perfection. Just Shox and ZywOo. They keep closing out these rounds, but now he's lost his partner in crime. ZywOo's so low, hits the no-scope, looking for another, but jump from Crims. And so fnatic, they handle the Vitality execute. Not many have been able to handle all players still standing on the take.
Yeah, absolutely. You can see fnatic have done their homework. They know the tendencies of the likes of Shox there, managing to flush him out towards those mid doors, and ZywOo only managing to get that one important frag, the quick scope there, a jump shot from Crims, knowing that he was low. We'll get 2 rounds in a row for fnatic here. With another bomb planted, there should be a decent buy for Vitality, but the money's starting to be drained at this stage. Shoxy does have $6,000 at the bottom, and it's ZywOo $3,400, so you're going to have to drop him if they want to get into this next round. We will see whether there's any changes are made on the CT side. For now, AKs are going to be brought out for Vitality. They are forcing into this one. There will be a couple of holes to plug, but it's absolutely fine across the board. 3-2 now. fnatic starting to come online. 2 rounds in a row. We've got Flush at the very top with 5 kills. Crims catching him, though, after getting a 3K in the previous round. MP9 still in the hands of Flush out. We'll see if he can make that work. Maybe a bit of aggression here. Maybe they'll change things up, considering this is the timeout from Vitality.
Take a moment to catch their breath, work out exactly how those last 2 defensive rounds have worked out well for the Swedes. Apex willing to take the fight aggro despite the absence of an AWP. Nothing comes of it just yet. Real air of patience around Vitality's T side.
Taking it slow and steady. 3 players outside long for now, maybe looking to reclaim the territory. Flash over, potentially. It's going to be a CT focus towards short. I assume JW's up there once again, this time joined by Golden, trying to set up a swing position for himself. As soon as JW takes a shot, he can challenge with the rifle. Mo any potential players down on the other side. But long control granted towards Vitality. Now, will that force a reaction out of the CTs? We're looking for B pushes, maybe getting a bit of intel towards middle. RPK holds for the flanks, watching the extremities of the map here. And now pushing off towards shore. Golden flashed in, confirming no one's there for now.
Only got the scout, and they're going to leave him to his own devices on long. Trying to feign some presence. The smoke will cover off just a little bit of that cross. Not enough, of course, to completely sell it. Crims now will get the information. 3 heads crossing 4. He spots another on Xbox. That's a lot of information when very late into this round. 20 seconds, they're going to have to commit. Flush is still using that smoke to his advantage, and he could catch Zywoo as he continues to clear. Perfect usage of the enemy smoke. Now Flush is so low, he can't do any more. 8 seconds as the bomb goes down. Crims will arrive from short, just in the nick of time in support from long. Brolin and JW for the Swedes as they look to try and retake this side. That's precise from the tank. Runs them over. Crims no HP after his first duel. There's 2 more where that came from. Just running that clock down. RPK doesn't have to move a muscle, just holding the line. Crims trying to exploit this push. It's easy for RPK. 4 in that round.
There we have it. It's a very clean one from Vitality towards the end. RPK gets him in a prime position with a double kill towards long. That was very well played here. 2 fantastic shots. RPK absolutely nails it here. That was so beautiful on Brolan, and JW was low as well. Zywoo already tagged him with the scout, and RPK to close things out there. Very calm, very precise. We get into round number 7, and these close wins for fnatic have led them to another eco here. It's going to be CZs, P250s, a Deagle, no armor, and just a couple of smokes to work with here. 4 players towards long at the very start of the round, and will they check the blue bin? It's so commonly overlooked, and it's the USP to find the first. You've got to be checking that position, and this could cost them a couple here. Crims will find 1, but that's going to be the round. 3 remaining on the Vitality side as Brolan will only have the P250, and he's making his way up towards middle.
RPK kind of digs them out of a hole there. That could have spiraled so quickly. After the first frag, Alex going down. JW, great trigger discipline. But instead, Vitality on their T side. I mean, this is, it's worth reminding you that actually G2, when Shox was in that roster, they used to have an incredible T side on Dust 2. That's an additional, tool in their arsenal now.
Yeah, he's a great Dust 2 player. You'll see some remarkable clutches from him as the game progresses, I'm sure. And we'll get into the next round here. It's going to be a double AWP setup this time. JW and Crims, actually, will be picking up that secondary sniper. He'll be holding towards middle, looking for the cross now. Very vulnerable position, especially when you don't have any Kevlar. That's the story for him. Vulnerable to the spray through the smoke, so he'll make his way back towards the B-bomb site, where he can be a bit of a turret. He is there alone, however. As Vitality, they haven't presented a very fast game so far. It's all just been defaults and executions. Nice boost for Brolan. That's to shut down the mid to B split. And that could be exactly what's on the agenda here for the Frenchman.
They got Golden up long this time, so he at least has the information that that control is still theirs. Leaving Shox to his own devices to apply that pressure and feign somewhat of a commitment towards A. Saying that, we are seeing utility thrown that way now. Apex and Alex starting to forge a path towards the first letter of the alphabet. Around the 20-second mark, where we saw Vitality previously pull the pins and start to commit. This time a little sooner in the round. They still have 2 players CT. It's all kind of on JW. Golden's locked on long. JW has to do so much, but Flusher actually manages. As they drop, they jump straight into his arms. He's not done. Flusher massacring the French. In round 8, it's a necessary round, even with the USP. Bomb dropped as well. This round is all Flusher. 4 frags, there's only 1 man left. Shox. He won't even have a chance to get to the bomb, given the where it's dropped.
Yeah, that's an absolute nightmare. Can't be in a worse position here for Shox, as he'll pick up the AWP and try and find any frags he can, but his time is very limited. Jumps over, takes the bullet to the head, and now at this stage he'll get no money for the next round. That's big, as Flusher mows 4 of them down from the CD spawn position. Ideally, you only want to be dropping a couple down now. I'm not even sure how he managed to get 4. So it's a couple going down, so that's fine. But then he swings round again. They're still trying to find that frag in return, gets the USP out, finishes things off with ZywOo. And it's going to be a very nice round there as we get into round number 9. Money broken this time for Vitality. A chance for fnatic to sink their teeth into this first half now. Dust 2 has to be theirs. HE's towards a B bomb site. It's not the rush from Vitality. They're going to have 3 towards the tunnels right now. They've got 1 smoke potentially for the mouth of the tunnel here. Crims, vicious position now. The AWP does nail the first shot though. The incendiary will allow him to fall back, especially the HE follow-up.
Well, that
with control towards middle.
Quite a terrifying prospect. You start just investigating B just a little bit, and then an AWP, and a Molotov, and a nade all landing in your general vicinity. Nice work from Brollan to convert after the tag of Crims. Just putting some speculative shots through that smoke, and they do connect. Not really got much of a chance. Their win conditions here would be some ridiculous shots and some silly mistakes from fnatic, a combination of both. They will run boost. Let's see if JW's ready for this. Far from ready. They're already up against the Molotov. And that's a big connection, important one onto Zai with the flashes. Great from Golden. One more on Gandalf. And Apex can't do much. JW and Flusher, they're taking it in turns to win rounds for fnatic.
Yeah, that's really calm and well played from JW there. As you mentioned, the run boost makes things very tricky for the AWP. Waiting on the air ramp there, but he handles it with grace. You'll see him just positioned perfectly. That was a great shot towards ZywOo, very fast, and that's good to see as we warm up into this grand final here. Still with a double AWP set up on the CT side. Vitality, a nightmare situation in the finances here. ZywOo on the scout once again, and a Galil for Apex. They have got decent utility across the board, but this doesn't look good in terms of the firepower. Starting to come online now. Fnatic's starting to get their confidence. They will take a flash to the face, unfortunately. It's going to be a nade towards lower, and Apex just gets scratched by it, down to 82.
I'm interested to know what he's lining up there. Where's that going? Is he going to throw a support towards long? No, we'll find out. It is. Interesting.
Yeah, smokes the long corner. There it is, landing in front of Golden. He'll be in a good position now to maybe get one of these first kills. Lovely shot from him. He really has come into his own this tournament, showed his individual level. So well played there. Gets himself a couple of frags as he anchors towards the pit position. JW is a little bit uncomfortable now though. Short is exposed. He needs some backup from CT Spawn. Luckily, no pincer from Vitality here. Still a 4-3 in favor of fnatic. Looking to tie the scoreline up to 5-5. And Vitality are running out of time at this point. 40 seconds on the clock. A man disadvantage up against 2 AWPs here. Apex still on that Galil. Where do they finish up? It looks likely to be the B bomb site.
A great shot from Crims. Now they're really running out of options, and they're really running out of time. 30 seconds. Start to show face on B. It's almost a guarantee that this is where they'd finish, and Brollan knows it. He'll be reacting off Crims' call, just going for the jiggle to get that information. He's aware that they could be... Oh, I like that. RPK is about to be launched. They're punching in the codes now, or perhaps even just getting to find the angle instead. No connection from Crims, but with 5 seconds, they're just going to run away.
This is a very slow game for Vitality. They haven't really changed the pacing up too much. They're taking the long spawn a couple of times, but even when they get control, they're not exactly in a rush to execute towards a bomb site. They will save the AK. It's probably the best bet considering their situation right now. It's going to be Shoxy and RPK with those aforementioned AK-47s, and the rest of the teammates on about $2,500 here after losing 3 rounds in a row. It's fnatic that is holding them at bay. They're not having to do anything too flashy here. They're not changing their setup up too much. They've got these double AWPs. They're comfortable with them, and the slow-paced game from Vitality is allowing them to get the picks required. As we'll take a timeout here on the French side once again. It's their second one of Dust 2 so far. You're allowed 4 in total. A little bit of a change in format in terms of other tournaments here. You're allowed to speak within the freeze time with the coach, regardless whether it's a pause or not. So you'll see less pauses overall, and I think it's a nice compromise between the two. You know, the coach does have some input at the start of the round.
Yeah, and the coach of Vitality has, you know, a whole lot of control. A very insightful interview translated. I found it on Twitter. But Xtaz, coach of Vitality, a big part of this machine. Pushing up middle is Brollan. Just get the tag, and he's ready for the push of Apex on Dark. He's in a bit of a sticky situation now, and that overextension's been punished. Golden's not going to be able to stop them retrieving that rifle. They already bring 2 into this one, but JW on middle, locking it down, rolling back the years in some ways as Golden will take another head. Just 2 remain now, and he's looking to continue this aggression just a little bit. Punished. RPK and Shocks looking for a 2 versus 4. They found the start they were hoping for.
Yeah, you'd think Vitality, they would be presenting a set piece here or a fast mid split. This is looking quite flat for them so far on their T side. Sure, they've got a decent amount of rounds, but for what we've seen in the recent tournaments, the T side and Dust 2 is where you can really be emphatic and fast-paced and loose. And it's been nothing but defaults so far and a couple of long takes. We'll see if Shoxy and RPK can make anything of this. This was a forced investment. You can see they've actually spent everything they possibly had. Once again on Scouts, SMGs and Galils didn't really work out for them. Krim's behind the barrels towards that B bomb side. We mentioned he was a turret.
Wow.
And he is hitting all of the shots required there. Brings it down to the 3 versus 1. The follow-up AG lands perfectly. RPK's in a lot of trouble as Krims continues the domination on the Fnatic side.
Oh, he just brushes that off. Didn't even feel like he had to break a sweat. No worries at all. And you have to have patience. You're holding that line for 30, 40 seconds. Yeah. You have to maintain concentration because that shoulder peak was fast.
Yeah, your mind can wander at times, especially if you're holding the same angle for that amount of time. You have to maybe move your crosshair a little bit, try and stay focused, and he delivers. That was fantastic work from Krims, and it has to be a partial buy here from Vitality. Knocking on the door, maximum loss bonus after this round. They'll get $3,400 per player, so you can invest a bit more here in round number 12. You can see pistols, armor, and this is the fast pace we want to see. Is this the chance for Vitality to start causing some damage here? Krims, though, 1 step ahead of them. He'll start landing shots, but taking substantial damage at this point. It's up to Brolan to back him up.
Oh, that was brave, leaping back to the smoke for the re-aggression, and Krims is handling this with class. Shots, no hope, and another round for Fnatic. They're stringing them together now. That's 5 back to back to back. Lovely work from the Swedes as they have stabilized on their defense, and they needed to. Vitality, after their strong start, it was 5-2 at one point, now 7-5. It's the advantage shifting and in a very big way.
Yeah, Vitality certainly dropping off here. Their financial decisions have been questionable, I have to say, but this time they are secure. They have got the AWP. Alex this time trying the long take with an AK-47. Attempted this with the UMP before to no avail. It's Golden though. Fantastic positioning once again as the T's go for the boost towards long. Flusher spots it. He's been hitting most of his shots here today. There's a flashbang towards the long position. Golden just mowing them down. He's found the bomb here. He's looking for a little bit more as well. Jumps in towards the long doors here. It's an absolute brawl towards long. 4 versus 3. Advantage to the Swedes. And Flusher still towards that pit position. Very patient stuff from him. JW fires off a shot towards the long doors. And it will be Vitality to retreat at this point.
Yeah, they're cancelling that one for sure. What an interesting exchange. They immediately ran into a Molotov. That was a very fast Molotov towards the blue bin. They have to smoke it. They have to boost. Flusher's reaction, knowing that they're going to be faffing around in a smoke, enables him to cross fast.
Yeah, they haven't really got that killer instinct right now. You'd think even with the Molotov down, they'd be swinging out, taking the shot towards the pit. They're quite tentative in their approach right now, and Krims looking to find yet another kill with this sniper rifle, and unfortunately steps over the mark, and it will be an advantage now for Vitality. It's only Brolan waiting towards the B bomb site. Flashbang catches him in the face, flames all around him. He needs at least 1 frag for this round to be possible for Fnatic. Having to use sound cues at this stage. Players in front of him. It could be the double spray down. That's absolutely massive from the young Swedish star. He holds his nerve, and it will be the half victory now from Fnatic, 8-5. Round 14 spells disaster once again for Vitality. They've only got $3,400 per player. This was a fantastic round from the young Swede, Alex.
I mean, standing so still, they started to clear, and of course you cannot just assume it's clear. They didn't for sure, but caught off. Brolan, previously it was Krims who could keep them at bay on B, but now as he falls, there's a second in charge. Brolan taking charge. RPK burning, as is Zywoo, paying a heavy price for their aggression here. 3 members of the French squad feeling the pain, and actually that nade can do a whole lot of damage. Their flash is good, and now a couple of frags. It's Zywoo finds a way into the round for Vitality. Flusher, though, if he gets this timing right, wins the duel on the rifle. There's another tucked into the corner. He may not be ready for it, exposes himself, but RPK does what Zywoo did to start things off, leaves 2. Brolan flashed off, looking for survival. They put the bullets in the right place. Now all on to JW.
Yeah, that's much more like it. Let's pick up that pace. Let's start working together. It's Dust 2, for God's sake. Let's start stepping up and showing the world how powerful this team is individually. Vitality with the defaults over and over again. You need to overwhelm the CTs. You need to surprise them in numbers. Still a chance here for JW as he looks for anything he can at this stage. The bomb's too far gone. 3 kills to find. He's going to smoke on top of it. A slight chance he finds both frags and can defuse here, but not going to happen. Vitality realizing that maybe a faster paced game will lead to success here.
Yeah, the power of one flashbang. Zywoo, of course, really good to have him as the spearhead of the assault when your opponents can't see. He's going to be quick to dispatch of them. Let's see it from his POV. You can see they're both doing the dance, and a couple of clicks of his mouse enables them to really take that site quickly. He finished it off as well. Last round of the first half of our first map of this grand final. And Shox charging towards Long. Oh, they're both flashed. It's going to be a weird exchange. They don't check the corner again. Overlooked. And the Swedes are on the way to 9.
fnatic can't believe it. It's played that position every round. It seems like Vitality are letting kills swing by every single time. It has to be the fast B approach, though. This time, Crim's flashed off. Will they be able to break through the defenses?
There is no support. It's only going to be Flush. They're firing off a couple of bullets. Now the site is theirs. fnatic, they have the numbers, but...
No.
That should have been the equalizer. JW gets 1. Alex quick to trade, though. Puts RPK and Alex in dire straits. They want to keep this as close as they possibly can. 8-7, a real possibility. But still the numbers favor fnatic. They'll use their utility. There's plenty more where that came from. They got the sound cue. They know exactly where one of the two is. It's a rather likely crossfire established. First fight given. It's Flusher. Quick trade, though. And now all onto Alex. Has to go. Huge, he can't. And Brollan securing 9 for fnatic. Lovely trades, and we're going to go back to Frankie on the stage.
Thank you very much, Machine. Apex, their head in his hands when he was taken out of the running, and now he's talking frantically to his team. Meanwhile, fnatic, they're feeling good. They're rubbing their hands. They're keeping them warm.
To RPK. Double kill for both of the remaining Swedes. He's going to try and find one, and does so. All onto one man, but the retrieval mission is complete. JW, he scooped it up, and now he's off to the other side of the map.
Yeah, this is a great call from JW. He can go for a long, advantageous plan if he wants to. Unfortunately, he has the Glock. If he had the USP at this stage, that would be fantastic. RPK not buying it at all. He'll stay towards B. That's going to cost him some time. Can he recover a kit? He absolutely can. 79 HP, pretty equal in that department, and JW holding it towards the short position. That's exactly where RPK is coming. Jumps up and towards Xbox. He's going to have to make some noise here. Has no idea as to where JW's positioned, and he hits it! Great stuff from RPK. What a fantastic showing he's had so far in Dust 2.
I thought with the overcommitment to the B play, I mean, he had to stand his ground because JW could be anywhere.
Yeah.
Finally gets the answer. He's got a long run ahead of him, but no worries with reactions like that from RPK.
That's crazy.
That looked so crazy from JW's POV. It didn't look like he had a chance. This was a great shot onto Golden, who already had done a lot of the heavy lifting, but that is how they convert their pistol round. JW really feeling that one.
Yeah, my heart bleeds for him as well. He played it so well.
He did.
The sound cues, it was close range with a Glock. You'd think he takes it all day long, but they got the bomb down, and it was a 1 versus 1, so they're definitely going to buy up in this second one. You can see they've got the Krieg, the AK-47, 4 players towards the B tunnels right now. It's Apex to defend with the FAMAS, joined by Shox. He's got the M4, but they've got a distinct lack of utility on this CT side. It's all about the bait and switch towards the corner. Shoxy behind the barrels, trying to take the aggro initially, but surely a smoke will be in front of these tunnels, then the flashbang will come through. Apex needs to be very aware of the potential flashes. It's a common pre-fire on the T side. Will he be overlooked?
I always get the info, just the shoulder of Golden spotted elsewhere, but that's not where the brunt of this assault is coming from. Back turn and a big spray coming in from Shox, but he can't convert. Apex can, though. Double with his FAMAS. And he has to pick up the pieces. JW would have to ace clutch to pick this round back up. Second round force falling flat for fnatic. Similar set of circumstances for JW. He picks the bomb up, which gives him a leg up. His teammates' corpses littering the B side of the map, and he's going elsewhere.
Yeah, that was big. Vitality with the crossfire. It's Apex with 3 with that FAMAS. It works out perfectly. Shoxy didn't need to find a frag. He did a lot of damage with his spray from the barrels. 30 seconds remain. JW with the bomb on his back. He's got a smoke and a flash. A side is relatively clear, but he has to get up middle first and towards short, and Zywoo is watching that position and likely to hit the shot. Oh, well, okay, JW, I like that a lot. Keep that up. RPK having to transition over now.
Yeah, only use that time is going to become a problem, but RPK's willing to give him the fight. That's twice. RPK onto JW to seal the deal.
Great stuff so far. I'm loving the skill that's being presented right now by both teams. RPK hasn't really missed a shot yet, delivering. And all front. And it should be the eco now for fnatic. PT50s, Deagles, no armor, no nades, and presumably up towards short eventually. That's the place you're most likely to plant here. If you get the bomb down, it's an extra $800 per player into the next round. And so try and dodge grenades here, but JW can't outrun it. Pretty much takes maximum damage there, down to 46.
Yeah, that hurts. They do have some utility into this one, and we saw, of course, the power of just a flash and a couple of Desert Eagles from Vitality's T side. Does require some ridiculous shots, though, against all odds. Vitality even have some of the perfect weapons for the job. Perhaps not at that range, but Alex feeling confident with his MP9, ZywOo too. Mid-presence shown, with Flush's sidearm. One smoke, one flash.
So presumably the smoke down on the catwalk here. There it is. Flashbang over the top, try and get the short plant down. You need at least one kill for it to be a reality. And will be ZywOo and Alex waiting towards the ramp and goose position respectively. We'll see ZywOo mow them down to kick things off here. Still with a chance to get that plant down, but it's looking very unlikely at this stage. Clean sweep of Vitality will tie things up. 9-9. They managed to get the 3-0 conversion on their CT start. They definitely needed it as well. But all is not lost. fnatic, even after a difficult start here, will be able to buy up into this round. Probably don't go for the AWP. JW only had $5,200, so he's got 16 frags, but it's not quite enough. So they'll go for a rifle setup here. And we'll see what kind of pace they're going to be showing in this first gun round here. Shots through the door. Actually finds a kill more than you'd think, actually. And very fast up towards shore here. He's going to be challenging an MP9, but surely that will drop through. It's going to be ZywOo, though, willing to take the duel, and it does not work out for him in any way whatsoever.
Apex could get tested on doors. He will just get scratched down to 74 with the M4 still in his hands. Smoked a bit earlier here. I think fnatic, they're willing to commit on this one. They are catching the brunt of the utility thrown by the French. Oh, Apex only going to get the first. It's RPK to stand his ground in a big way. Good damage onto JW, but it's only the one. Crims anticipating the smoke push, but it doesn't matter. Despite the disadvantage, Shox equalizes, and now once again the lead is taken by fnatic. 1 versus 2 for Alex. Trying to close the gap, the AK makes this doable. Not when JW is holding the line, though. And fnatic get the weapons in their hands on the T side, and they will take A. This was a lot quicker. We saw a stark contrast in their approach to that of the French.
Yeah, that was Broland dropping down from T-Spore, making his way quickly up towards short there, finding ZywOo. That's always going to be a key scap to take. He often holds a position by himself. At that point, they just make their way towards the A side. JW almost goes down there, but very well positioned towards the end. He'll get the last kill in the form of Alex, and we'll see a double orb set up now. Shox and ZywOo. It's going to be powerful if it comes online fully, and Shoxy, he's not messing around whatsoever. That's a brilliant shot. That was a boost towards the top of middle as well. So ready for it.
So ready for it, and that shot's not too far off either. Completely blind. He's got a good understanding of how fnatic will set themselves up when it connects. Flusher, lucky to be alive. It landed it just below the waistline. Gives him a second lease of life. Double orbs from the French. And Shox has already made huge impact with his. "20 years of Counter-Strike, 25 years of DreamHack." Loved the opening ceremony.
Yeah, that gave me goosebumps.
It did, all over my body. I expect the Counter-Strike in this grand final to do the same. Shox, he's not done yet. Another. He caught them early on that boost, and now Broland's fallen as they continue their advance. Apex's aggression puts the bomb down. This round is being ripped from them. There's nothing fnatic have been able to do or say. It's going to be a clean sheet from the French.
Ooh, that was dirty from Shox. The fact he gets that first kill towards the top of middle as well is a boosted fnatic player. He absolutely destroys him there, gets a leg on Flusher, and he just looks so sharp right now. He is going to be dangerous going forward here. It's the CT side on Dust 2 for the Frenchman. Over the years of Counter-Strike, they have been fantastic on this particular map, and they're looking very good in the second half right now. It's going to be 4-1 in their favor, giving up a single round so far as Shoxy feels confident to pick towards the mid position once again. It's going to be a partial buy here from fnatic, looking to crack open the B side if possible. They have got smokes and flashes here. 4 players in position as JW will join them momentarily. It's Golden to patrol the lower B spot. He'll flash over and try and gain control, but Apex and Shoxy have been so good here so far. The grenade softens them out quite nicely.
Yeah, that was on the bomb carrier as well. Flush up, cut down with a chunky nade. Dribble, smoke, and a flash. The bullets aren't connecting necessarily, though. They are going to be able to gather some ground, start to spread out. This is when things can spiral. Good hold from Apex. He's not done too. But site control, bomb can go down. Unlikely to win the round, but with JW, he has got some armor behind this Deagle.
Good smoke as well. There is a slight chance they can pull this one off. JW might have to push the smoke, though. We'll see what they've got in mind. Flush up, changing position, realizing he can have more impact with the rifle and the low HP towards the sandbox here, but actually holding by the tunnel itself. There's going to be 2 players heading that direction. We're past the halfway point at the bomb now. JW with the Deagle, not the best weapon for the job here, especially when flames are on his feet as well. He's going to be very uncomfortable here. Needs to find a headshot. Flush will open things up here, but the CT surely have full control, and it will be RPK to close things out. Zywu with the kit, comfortable defuse, and that's now going to be 5-1 on the CT side for Vitality. 11-10 overall. They'll take the lead and recover the double AWP setup, which has been oh so powerful for them. Their money looking pretty stable going forward. That was the partial buy from fnatic, however, so they definitely have enough themselves. JW with the AWP into the next round. Flush up, considering his options, yet to buy. No timeout called. He'll go for the AK-47. And will they start changing the pace up here? Will they start taking some long spawns? We will have a look. Flush up seems that way inclined. He will flee flashing over, looking to crack things open here. Gets behind the blue bin, and he's got Brolan to back him up.
That's a good spray from Brolan. First blood drawn, and another one. fnatic, they've been feeling the wrath of Vitality CT side, but now that's a strong start. It may even be enough. You can see 2 members of Vitality tucking themselves into B despite the early losses on A. That's the sign perhaps of things to come. Zywu on CT, A wide open. Playing the percentages potentially. They will still fulfill their execute though. They're not going to be falling foul to any remaining CTs on that site, but all 3 members of Vitality. Now this is quite an early call.
Yeah, it's Dust 2. They've got a double AWP setup, right? So it's not going to be likely they could even get close to the A site, let alone retake it. Might as well keep the heavy artillery. They've had a fantastic CT showing so far. Money's okay, but it's not in a great spot. And with the fact they have these 2 AWPs, they'll be strong and ready for the next round. So fnatic can't really do anything about this. They can't necessarily go hunting for these AWPs, knowing that they'll just be positioned towards B. They'll be taken down one by one from the doors and the window, presumably. And they'll have one watching towards that tunnel position. That's going to be Shoxy patrolling that spot. But fnatic, that's much better than focusing towards long this time. We talk about that spawn-based gameplay. Decent flashbangs going over the top. Smoke towards the corner. Managing to find RPK and Alex, who are trying to get towards the blue bin. Scrambling towards the pits as well, but unable to really do any damage there. fnatic tying things up now. Solid round for themselves, and it's going to be the first time, I believe, for Vitality. We'll see how many they've got remaining. Actually used a couple in the first half, so this will be their third. First in the second half, at least. Just looking how to distribute the wealth. Zywu presumably has to drop. It's top end $4,500, still has the AWP. And majority of his utility here. fnatic find their second, but need to start stringing rounds together to enable their own economy to start getting stronger.
And I'm not sure whether it's up to them, whether or not they can get that long take again. Perhaps just Spawn deciding that. Flusher, though, he was so brave that he trusts his team's nades so much. He's flashing off the wall. We've seen Alex doing the same thing on his T side with his knife out. It's just faith in the smoke and the flashbangs of your teammates to get out as fast as you can.
Well, they've got the spawn again, you're right. Crims will be leading the charge here this time. AK-47 for himself. It's Flusher behind him with the rifle as well. They're going to be taking it in terms of CT setup. Zywu will be there with the AWP. Nails that first shot. Looking to challenge once again. RPK thinks better of it. They've got the man advantage at this point. It's a big round for themselves. Let's maintain that. We don't need the challenge once more. They're going to have to dump a lot of utility to even get long control at this point. We can focus our efforts towards Sean. That's exactly what they're doing. Zywu rotating in now with Alex. Holding with the AWP. Incendiaries will maybe reposition. Get the HEs around the corner. That should do a lot of damage towards Brolan, and it does. Down to 63.
Oh, and their push on it. It's a beautiful mix of passive holds and mid-round aggression. Now looking to piece this one back together again. The Humpty Dumpty round.
Only got one smoke here for the cross. Really not ideal.
Oh, and look at ZywOo's angle. It's primed to get that information relatively safely. Smokes arrive, still has the gap to exploit, and still connecting bullets. Golden onto the side, Flusher 2, but he's been ripped out of the round. It's all RPK! 3 quick frags! Stunning work, and that's not the first time. Multi-kills, it feels like it's just a guarantee when RPK's in the server today.
Yeah, it's such a brilliant thing to watch when he's having one of those days where he's just switched on. You can see these years of Counter-Strike experience shining through, so calm as well. He knew exactly what he had to do to win that round, and he gets 3 massive kills in the A round that denies the plan, more importantly. And Vitality take the lead once again. We will see the AWP in the same position, this time through the wicket, as the flashbangs will be signaling the retreat of Vitality. Giving the control towards fnatic. His Iron needs to be very careful, completely flashed, doesn't take any damage for now, and he'll be repositioning.
That was a chance for Golden. Minimal one. He had the AWPer flashed and presenting himself just for a moment. Smoke goes down, but it's somewhat of a ruse. We saw them do this before, try and bait out a flash and a push, but this time not to the same success. Molotov towards Gandalf. Now the second smokes arrive, and here comes the aggression. Crimson's going to be the spearhead of this assault. He has the support of Alex, and already good damage dealt. ZywOo, oh, they're extending this lead in a big way. Finally one back for fnatic. It's Flusher to connect. 2 across, Brollan to flank, JW equalizing. Crucial moment of play as well. Another smoke goes down for him to play around. Brollan catches ZywOo. A huge connection, because now Apex realizes he has to push. But this push could pay dividends back and forth. Flusher's double. Bomb still not down, but with the smoke arriving and the bomb going down, now Shox has really got his work cut out for him.
Yeah, not really much he can do with this one, I'm afraid. AWP, no kit, but he does have a chance to get the first kill, but does he fancy it? Looks like he might be falling back already. fnatic will pick up yet another round and keep things level. It's going to be 12-12. Flusher and Brollan have done enough here, especially the young star pushing towards shore. You can see they had no idea that flank was coming through, and it's one of the most pivotal kills of the round. He's only got 12 to his name so far. Looking to see a bit more out of him. We know how powerful he can be. Such a presence on the server, especially that Krieg in hand. But Shox thinks better of this one. Money started to be quite a problem for them going forward. Not going to have much to speak of whatsoever going down that next round. Just $1,400 per player, so he has to save the sniper. They can partially buy into this at best. Shox could drop a couple of pistols, maybe some Kevlar for 1 or 2 players, but he might even go for the T-spawn pick here, considering the situation they're in. fnatic have a chance now to extend their lead and actually find multiple rounds in a row for the first time in the second half. It hasn't happened so far. It's been a back and forth affair with the majority landing for Vitality, and it's pretty much a full eco. USPs, 2 P250s, no nades, no Kevlar, and Shox. They actually will be towards shore, boosted towards lower B. It's a great advantageous pick, but most teams will flash this before even challenging towards lower.
See if fnatic have that set up. Brollan, all too aware that that's a possibility.
Yeah, so you're flashing from top or middle, normally right in the open, just so the AWP can't have any control of that spot. You can see him actually boosting up here. There's the flash, pushes them right back. Really nice stuff there from fnatic.
Wow, and they were even willing to peek it with the boost, as many advantages as possible. Now they know where the AWP is.
That's good awareness from fnatic, knowing that Shox has been on that double AWP setup. That's one of the few challenges you can take at the start of the round on the CT side with the sniper, and they handle it very well. They push him right back, and they'll reposition towards long here. Shox holding the car, RPK and ZywOo trying to get towards the pit position. There's Alex holding the mid doors here. fnatic looking very good stead to take a lead.
Oh.
The alley-oop, the Molotov AWP combo, and Golden will use this as a cue to crack open the B site. Apex is there, but only has the P2000. If he gets a frag here, I'll be impressed. And down he goes, it's Golden. He'll get his first frag of the round, bomb planted, and job done. Shoxy to save the sniper.
That is lovely stuff. fnatic, they do manage to find, for the first time, 2 rounds back-to-back on their T side. RPK does go down to the AWP of JW, but it's not the target he was hoping for. Just Shox babysat by ZywOo, trying to bring it into the next round. They'll be hanging out on long. But now fnatic can start building up a bank, and it's at the most crucial time of Dust 2. It is just our first map. If you've just joined us, welcome. You're just in time for the Corsair DreamHack Masters Malmö Grand Final. It has been a story of redemption. fnatic, their first game versus the Ninjas in Pajamas, no less. Both teams making it to the stage here in Sweden. But after that, they did one better. Astralis falling in 2-0 fashion to this fnatic on Nuke of all maps. Lovely wallbang from JW. He forced him to run away with that Molotov, and you can see how little he was working with on that frag into RPK.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're getting to the dying stages now of Dust 2. Let's start bringing some hype to the room. fnatic with 13 rounds now, looking to close things out. This would be massive for them in the best of 3. Both teams here with fresh lineups, their first showing, and here they are in the grand final. Shoxy answers back. Tries to get himself the hell out of this position. The smoke is down, the flashbang is decent. Flames behind him, but he holds strong. Crimzo preempts it.
He had a fantastic read on that one. The Molotov could have lulled them into a false sense of security, but instead, fnatic, already this round looks like theirs. Just like that. A frag for Brollan, Crimson, Golden. And just as the round begins, it's already over. ZywOo and Alex, familiar territory, trying to bring that Zoom banger and that M4 into the next. 20 frags for ZywOo. He's alongside RPK, who has delivered. I mean, in terms of fragging and win conditions, RPK often just considered a consistent presence, but when he's at the top of the scoreboard, perhaps a highlight of their bigger stars, falling a little flat. Alex, he's definitely been paying the price for the burden of calling, at least here on Dust 2, but that's 14, 2 rounds away from taking Vitality's map pick away from them. fnatic choosing to take Inferno as well. We didn't get to see much of fnatic's Inferno on their path here.
Yeah, that's a massive point, actually. With Inferno next as well, I'm not sure which way that map falls, but for now, it was a great start for the CT forces here. Once a double orb setup was out, it looked like that was going to be enough, but fnatic, slowly but surely, just whistling away at them. Getting closer and closer to the first map victory. We'll see with the scoreline of 14-12 now. fnatic looking for map points, and the money isn't great on the CT side. We've got UMPs for masses. Only one kit, make it 2. ZywOo has the AWP. He's going to have to go absolute nuclear here if they're going to stand a chance to fend off fnatic. It looked like they're poised to take this first map. Long spawn for Golden, takes it. Looks to the floor, the dodge of flashbangs. Can he find the shot? There's so much damage towards RPK. Surely he closes this one out. He absolutely does. Did the flames touch him? Doesn't feel comfortable. Flashes out from the blue bin. Looking to get the hell out of there now. He's taken all the focus away from the long position. ZywOo, a rare miss from him. They now know exactly where he is. Flashbang going over. And Alex does straight out a kill. It's going to be a 4 versus 4. That's only Golden, who was holding towards the long spot. JW, is he ready for the second? It's Shox waiting towards lower B.
Wow, look at JW's position with the bomb down on A. This is a dream. He can completely nullify Shox. That's if he was ready for him, and now instead, Flusher using that smoke to his advantage. Wants to try and catch that ramp push off.
Yeah, they have no flashes here on the CT side. An incendiary and a smoke. Time ticking away. They have kits available. Alex with great positioning. He'll get the first, but it's now to the 2 versus 1. Brollan trying to spray desperately towards a car position. It should be enough here for Vitality as they go 14-13. ZywOo, he'll confirm things with the kit. And there it is. He'll recover the AWP as well. That was looking great for fnatic, you're right. The positioning of JW there was everything. He didn't preempt the second player towards lower B, and Shoxy manages to get 3 frags in total. Massive round from him, and you can see Brollan just battling towards the car position. If you get a quick kill there, maybe he swings around and takes care of the final one, but isn't going to happen. But good news is fnatic has still brought it down to a close situation there. They know the money is broken if they find map point here.
It's something you see even the world's best struggle with the Krieg, the newest edition. If they don't hit their initial spray, sometimes you can see them get lost in that scope spray.
Yeah, you definitely have to be well versed with it. Brollan's had some massive moments with it, but once it gets out of hand, it can be very difficult to recover. He'll help himself towards the mid control this time.
I like this. things could get weird here.
You'd hope so.
Early pressure, dribble smoke, it's just Flusher there, trying to posture for some B access. And they are starting their push, smokes towards DT. ZywOo though, through the smoke, manages to cut them down to size on the approach. Golden, he's going to be the first man in. Bomb on his back. He's often finding the impact frags. Perhaps this round a little different. No, still onto Apex before Shox continues to hold down B. He's not done! 3 in the round from Shoxy. All onto Crims then. 1. Now looking for the second. He knows where ZywOo is. Fast multi-fragging. He's on for the 1v4. RPK saves the day. And another round for Vitality. They've managed to string together 2 now on the defense to equalize, and now we meet a rather intense equilibrium. It's 14-14.
Yeah, this is such a wild position for Shox. I love it when he goes here. You can see he's so precise, so deadly. As we'll see it go 14-14, the last couple of rounds here, overtime. Ridden all over this one, but who will find map point first? Right down to the wire. A slower approach here from the Swedes as they go into a default formation, 2 towards the tunnels. Won't have the sniper to hold middle at this stage. They've got rifles across the board. Same story for Vitality. This could actually decide the game in itself. Both teams are broken in terms of the finances. It's cost them so much to get to this point. Nothing separating them right now. No real damage inflicted yet, apart from Shox down to 48. He's at the back of the B side. AK still in hand. Such a powerful weapon on the CT defense. Enables you to take more advantageous duels. Go for the one taps. RPK in a classic position of his towards long. He has got backup though in the form of Alex.
And some of our analysts making it clear that they're somewhat converted to Shox's addition to Vitality after seeing the run and seeing the counter-strike that they've displayed. Now looking to convert. Their map pick, Vitality, this is their Dust 2. fnatic have kept things close. Henry has set the scene beautifully, and that's a great nade. With 40 seconds on the clock, they're going to have to commit to this soon. Nades are going to start to fly, and ZywOo, no different. His Molotov could not be better. And up onto the box, playing anti-flash. He can get this perfect now. He can strike. No, another flash. Doesn't stop him. A double kill from ZywOo. Finally, they silence the star. That bomb needs to go down. They're on a retrieval mission. It'll be Flusher to do so. Boosting Crims now onto the site. RPK and Alex, their hold on long, will now be where they start their retake from.
Yeah, they got a huge advantage here, Vitality, but fnatic do have a chance of pulling this one back. Some big names still remaining in this 3 versus 4. Crims, Flusher, and Golden. The latter holding CT spawn. Flusher now with the Krieg. He'll be patrolling the short position, and Crims got to work it out for him. 2 players making their way towards the mouth of the A bomb site. Towards the crossover they go, looking for the initial duel, and now Flusher has to step up here. Can he find the headshot? It's Alex and RPK. Holding towards long the entire round, and they come through in a fantastic fashion, working in tandem there, and 4 players survive on the CT side to find map point first. Alex confirms a defuse without a kit, and it will be 15-14. fnatic luckily got the bomb down there. The loss bonus hasn't really been established at this stage after winning 3 rounds in a row, but with the bomb planted, there will be a buy. Krieg for Flusher and Brolan, AK for Crims with no utility whatsoever. It's a scout for JW. Golden, same story, AK, no helmet, 1 flashbang. This is difficult. Vitality with a massive advantage here as we enter round number 30. Map point.
And Brave in such a crucial round. Brolan looking to go straight towards long, taking that control. Suppressing fire from Golden does force them back. Not forget, that is a scout JW is wielding. Admittedly, his scout was fantastic when we saw him on Nuke versus Astralis.
On the CT side, you can hold positions and let them run in towards you. On Dust 2T side, it's very difficult to actually have massive amounts of impact. We'll see what he can do. It has been impressive, that's for sure. In terms of control, fnatic possess long. No real reaction yet for Vitality. No one pushing towards short or the B tunnels here, but there is 2 players in position at the steps. ZywOo covering the crossover here. No flashes available to avert his gaze. We'll see whether these 3 smokes are enough. The Molotov towards the A side looking very likely. JW takes a deep breath as he knows what's on the other side of the crossover here. Takes vision away from ZywOo, and that's actually a bait out of shot. That's their cue to go.
Going to come down to these aim duels now. Golden gets info on 1. ZywOo, though, is holding the perfect angle and does get the shot he needs. Brolan gone. Suppressing fire, they know exactly where he is. 3 remain for fnatic as Apex finds Crims. Not far off. They know where ZywOo is. The bomb is still not down. Flush is going to change that. Golden
hit him.
Support, he even hit him through the box, but JW, a huge frag. Another way in from Golden provided. 3 frags is necessary and only 1 man to deliver. It's on to Flusher, he can't do it. Vitality, they'll be taking Dust 2. It's the map they chose to bring into this grand final, and they demonstrate why. Inseparable on the first half, and even into the second, it's close.
Well, it certainly sets the scene for the best of 3. 16-14, Vitality steal it away. We did say whoever won that 29th round would presumably take the whole thing, and that certainly lived up to expectations there. fnatic with just the scouts, bare bones utility, no helmets, they gave it their all. They got the bomb down there, but it wasn't quite enough. The ace side just under lock and key. ZywOo delivering so much damage. RPK with a fantastic Dust 2 there, Alex, but there were some signs of life.